we are driven by a purpose.
The community that people can cultivate as a solopreneur or as a small business is so powerful.
Yeah.
What AI can't do is replicate that.
A why. That's a significant difference between human versus AI.
That extends far beyond what your business is. And I think that's the power of solopreneurs, because that authenticity, meaningful connection, that storytelling, you have to motivate others to create like a ripple effect of positive change. Okay, so AI is here to stay, right?
Yeah.
AI is not going to go anytime soon. We can either adopt it and use it to our best interests, or we can be negative towards it and feel hateful and feel like it's not going to help us. And ultimately, we're going to cry about it and make us feel really sad and depressed. And we're going to go in a little corner and just be like really depressed and upset about AI, right?
Well, hopefully not.
It's a disruptor, right? It's going to disrupt the industry. It's going to affect a lot of people. But what this podcast is about, and what we hope we can portray in this message, is that AI is going to enhance your solopreneurial journey.
Yeah.
It can be something that could be used as a negative outlook, but ultimately it's a tool that we can use to propel our business to the next level.
Yeah.
And the first bit I really want to talk about is AI has no motivation. It has no purpose. It isn't there to contribute to the world positively like a entrepreneur or a solopreneur can do. And that's the difference between what a robot can do and what a solopreneur or a human being can do. Your passion and your purpose is going to give your business a sense of meaning. And AI simply doesn't have that lack of empathy or understanding. Only you as a solopreneur has that ability, and AI cannot get to that level that a solopreneur can have, right?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think the biggest difference between a human being and a robot is the fact that we are driven by a purpose, a why, and some kind of emotional connection, whereas a robot is kind of just told to do something and it spits out an output or a result, right? Yeah, so I think that's a significant difference between human versus AI. And if I look at like, what is it that makes people want to work with us or any of our other business owner friends? It's, okay, yeah, what they provide as a product or service is amazing.
Yeah.
But it really is them that people want to work with, their personality, what drives them, what they stand for. And that's why we've got clients flocking to us or those amazing business owners, even in this age of AI. Like I do remember a few months ago, people being so scared by it, when ChatGPT blew up. And even I think I was just sort of standing around in the stands, watching and observing.
Yeah.
But I didn't really know where it was going. I mean, it was clear it was here to stay. But I think there was definitely a confidence there that it's not going to replace us, and not totally. If we have to adapt something in our business, then fair enough. If we have to utilize things a little bit differently or use AI to actually expand the business, okay, let's use it to our advantage. But I don't think...
Yeah, like you don't watch your favorite solopreneur, or you don't watch people on YouTube because of information.
No.
You watch them because of the entertainment. You watch them because they lift you. You watch them because they transform your way of being around a certain topic. Like certain people we watch, like Ali Abdul. We watch this food review channel called Jolly, and it really makes us laugh. It makes us feel happy. It puts us in such a positive vibe and positive aspect.
It's the personality that we're watching, really.
Exactly.
And that kind of, not, I would say emotional connection, but as human beings, you do build up some sort of, there's a level of emotion attached to it.
Yeah.
Like if Jolly were to stop filming their videos tomorrow, I'd be sad. I love their content and it makes me, genuinely makes me happy. So yeah,
I mean, it's the motivation and the purpose of that content creator. A robot right now doesn't have that.
No.
And maybe in 10, 20 years time, it will have that same level.
Yeah.
But right now, in this decade, hopefully, a robot or an AI robot won't actually replicate a human emotion or human motivation and the body, soul, mind, and spirit of a human being.
Yeah.
It simply won't do that right now. And you can get like videos where you can is it deep
fake? I need to look on my phone.
Deep fake, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And you can get people to synthesize your voice, but at the same time, I still don't think it has that same human connection like a YouTuber does or a podcaster or someone on TV, because the connection just simply isn't there from one human being to another.
Yeah.
And the motivation and purpose that solopreneur has towards his audience, towards his clients, towards his the people that are consuming their content, it's just a more it's a loving, caring, supportive friendship relationship that you have with your audience.
Yeah.
And an AI robot can't get to that point yet. And ultimately, I think AI is just a tool. And we kind of spoke about this before, like AI is neither good nor bad, and it can either be used for good or it can either be used for bad, right?
Yeah, I agree. It is just a tool. Yeah.
Just a tool. I think another thing is like AI doesn't have human leadership. And today, especially in the world, we're kind of lacking leadership. We're lacking people to look up to. We're let down by politicians. We're let down by people in the media. We're let down by news agencies. Especially younger people and younger generations, they tend to go towards something like YouTube, or they're going to go towards content creators because they're more authentic and they show authentic leadership and they show genuine emotion, value and experience to their business that can create relatability and a trustworthy brand.
Yeah.
And someone like Andrew Tate, for example, like whether you disagree with what his message is or whether you
like
love him, he's like love or hate him, he shows that authenticity from his side and people resonate to that.
Yeah, they either resonate with it or they're completely repelled.
Yeah, it's the most polarizing guy on the internet for sure.
But he's just who he is, right?
Yeah, and I think what AI can't do is replicate that yet. It can't replicate authentic leadership, can it?
No, I don't believe so. I mean, if someone wants to prove us wrong, then go ahead. But I've not seen that. You know, for me, it's like with AI, with the tools that we use, you get as good as you give. So it's like if your input, like we use it sometimes for copy, and it does entirely depend on our skills as copywriters sometimes to identify what sounds authentic to, like when it spews something out that potentially sounds salesy, cheesy, and just like downright, I don't know, something from the 80s, like trying to sell something. And I have had that plenty of times, and I read it and I cringe and I think, come on, this isn't what I want. And then I actually sometimes end up writing my own copy straight from the heart. And that is 10 times better to me than what AI's given me sometimes.
Yeah.
AI can be really great for giving you ideas. I mean, there have been plenty of times where I've been stuck. Again, you know, with the content creation, it's like, okay, I want to get my content ready for social media this week. I want to give something to the world this week, but I just can't think. I could be in like a complete writer's block. So AI is really great for just giving some ideas. And then lo and behold, like, you know, that's when the words start coming out. Like, okay, yeah, cool, you know. So it's a great tool. It's a great enhancer, assistant.
Yeah, it's just there as a tool.
Yeah.
Like, it's a disruptor. It's going to disrupt things. But ultimately, through society, through humanity, we've had people like, you know, a lumberjack doesn't use a handmade axe, doesn't use a physical axe to chop his forest down or wood.
What do you mean?
He uses a chainsaw now to make the job a lot easier.
Yeah, I mean, you could use an axe, but it'll take you a while.
And I find it funny. Like I watched this episode with Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
And he went to Texas and he used a physical axe. I don't know what the word is. A proper axe.
A physical
proper axe. And he was chopping this tree down.
Yeah.
And then the lumberjack guy was just laughing at him.
Yeah.
And he said like, oh, we don't use that anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want to use a Texas accent. He's like, we don't use an axe anymore. We use a chainsaw.
Yeah.
And he chopped the tree down in like literally 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And like Gordon Ramsay spent like 20 minutes just like getting that much off the wood.
Yeah.
So like, it's just a tool.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean the lumberjack is out of work.
No.
He just has to adapt now.
I see it as a pure like enhancer, really.
Yeah.
Because it can take something to the next level, whether it's a piece of art, whether it's copy. I mean, I know that AI even like designs websites. It's crazy what it can do. Do your best Texan accent. Go on.
I don't want to do my Texas accent. Hi, y'all.
Okay, moving on.
I think it's just like there are going to be some jobs that are going to be lost from it. For sure.
I think like photographers, a lot of photographers.
Maybe photographers. But I think like more.
It's just what I've heard.
Like data administrative type jobs more so. Like, but I think solopreneurs really aren't going to suffer as much as people think they are. Because that authenticity, like we said, that meaningful connection, that storytelling is just not apparent in the technology yet, in the artificial intelligence.
Yeah. I mean, we could talk about storytelling a little bit more. In a couple of weeks, we are going to be meeting with an awesome entrepreneur and we'll be discussing storytelling and the power of storytelling.
Yeah.
But from just the initial conversations, it is amazing. And I never thought the clear difference between a robot and a human being is the stories that we have, the experiences, the journeys that we've been through. We've been through struggles and complete, crap in our lives. These all turn into stories and things we can share with other people. People then relate to that. And there's just a power there in storytelling and that communication.
Yeah. And I think, when you watch someone like Ali Abdaal, he's a really famous YouTuber. Most people have probably heard of him. He's really into productivity. His story is he was an ex-doctor and he went from doctor to content creator to now entrepreneur, YouTuber. Now writing a author of a book.
Sorry.
Roshan just shook the table.
For those of you listening, sorry about that. Or watching, sorry.
There's no earthquake, don't worry. We live in England.
Just kick the table.
So Ali Abdaal, his story is that he went from an ex-doctor to an entrepreneur and people really resonate to that.
Yeah. And
that's the unique selling point.
Yeah.
Or his ideal customer or ideal watcher is someone maybe who is in a corporate background or in a 9-to-5 job and they want that inspiration to validate their own journey to entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And Ali provides that for you. Ali Abdaal gives you that outlet to really be inspired by his story. And someone who uses AI just purely for informational videos, if that's the right word, just purely spewing out content at a large number, they will get probably success and it will give them a little bit of initial success and initial click-through rate and people will watch his videos. But in the long term, I think people like Ali Abdaal are going to really be popular and resonate more with the audience because of that storytelling, which humanizes his brand and makes it easier for people to engage and relate to him. And AI artificial intelligence really lacks that personal touch that genuine storytelling provides.
Yeah. I mean, we completely related to Ali as well. We weren't doctors. We didn't, study medicine, but we completely resonated with, we come from ex-corporate background ourselves. We were engineers and now creating content and making YouTube videos and designing websites. And never in my wildest 20-year-old dreams did I think that would be happening. I thought I'd be still in a very corporate job.
Yeah.
And so, just from him telling these stories, we kind of went, oh, wow, okay, yeah, I never saw it that way, that you can use your background and share that with people.
But do you think AI will ever replace the storytelling?
Well, no, because AI can only use the stories that human beings have already put out there. What is AI doing? It's taking information. It's only spewing out what is already existing from content creators.
Yeah.
So if I search on ChatGPT, like, give me something on Ali Abdul, it's always going to like scour the internet for everything on Ali Abdul and just share that with me. So it's just churning out what already exists.
And I think everybody has a unique story. Everybody has a unique journey. Everyone has a unique struggle. Everyone has a unique triumph. And it's up to us to portray that or present that across to the audience. And that's something that AI can't replicate.
No.
It's your unique story. Your story matters.
Yeah.
And every individual person, whether you're white, you're black, you're gay, you're straight, you're part of any form of LGBT or any diverse background, you have something that resonates to the audience.
Or anyone. Yeah.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Like anybody, even if you're a Martian watching this from space or you're an alien. Anybody honestly has a unique story, even if you're the most boringest person in the world and you have no idea of being diverse or different or, you know, I'm not saying that's what makes a good story, but like it really, anybody out there can relate to anybody because someone will resonate to that unique
Someone will.
Yeah.
Someone will. There will be someone or a group of people that will.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can guarantee it. In this world of 7+ billion people.
Exactly.
You'll
and that's
find
something
someone
that AI can't take away from you.
Yeah.
As a solopreneur. Right?
Yeah. Totally agree.
And then I think empathy I've written down as a superpower. You as a solopreneur have empathy towards your audience because you're able to understand your customers' pain points. You're able to understand what's making them struggle. And you can craft solutions that resonate to them on a deeper level, right?
Yeah.
And have that lasting effect and impact on them.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. Empathy is another human trait. I don't believe that AI or a robot can fully empathize with what it is that I might be going through. You know, it's got like, I'm thinking of those robots in Japan that come to your table and give you, like if I was going to say something to one of those robots, you know, they'd just give me some sort of predetermined answer.
Yeah.
Like some pre-populated.
When you buy something from the store and you don't go to a shopkeeper.
Yeah.
Or someone who works there, you use one of those automated checkouts.
Yeah. It's just using what has been built into the software. Human beings are just far too extraordinary, I think, to replace.
Yeah, and I think some people might be fed up with all that technology in the world. They might feel like, oh, I would like to actually have a real life human being.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you do things online now. You order on your phone. You see people on Zoom. There's a lot of stuff now that has replaced human interaction.
Yeah.
And it's important to understand that maybe as a solopreneur, we can create that human connection. And that's something that people are looking for more.
Yeah.
You know, real life TED Talks, real life.
In real life.
Yeah.
Events again.
Exactly.
Yeah, like myself, I have definitely felt an urge to go to more like networking events, like real life networking events and meeting loads of groups of people again. It's funny, like it's August 2023 and yet I don't think I've done that still properly. I've just got so used to being at my laptop. Everything is just so accessible and easy at my laptop. But that human interaction is just so important, I think, for us to thrive.
Definitely.
And that's a power that we have and that AI doesn't have.
Yeah, exactly. And we're yearning for more of the old school stuff, like retro stuff's really in, isn't
Simplicity.
it? Simplicity and empathy.
Yeah. Community
from one human being to another. And I think, this is the next point we wrote is AI can't cultivate community. AI can't create a tribe. It can't nurture a community around your business. And it doesn't have authentic connections or commitment to adding value beyond the products and services, does it?
No. Yeah, I think this touches on the previous point.
I think what makes us entrepreneurs so interesting now is compared to like traditional corporate businesses like Coca-Cola and Nestle, Unilever, they're big companies and they're doing really well. I'm not knocking them.
Don't come at us.
But don't sue me, Coke, if you're watching, or Pepsi. I'm watching you, or you're watching me. There's nothing wrong with those big communities, and so there's nothing wrong with those big companies. But the thing that makes small businesses unique, what adds an extra element of masala and spice and flavor, is really the community that you're creating around it. People who, like I'm buying these new shoes. They're called Allbirds and they're really famous online right now. They're like simplistic sneakers. And they've got like that, minimal look. And there's a huge community around them. There's like Facebook groups. There's like review pages. There's people all around the internet creating that community around that specific niche and that small business. And it almost becomes like tribal. And the community that people can cultivate as a solopreneur or as a small business is so powerful.
Yeah.
Compared to something like a robot can create or an automated company can create.
Yeah.
An automated process.
Yeah.
The personality really shines through in the community level, like, you know, like craft beer or people who use specific products that they're really passionate about. Even like Apple, which is a big, massive corporation for sure. What makes it so amazing is it's able to cultivate community around its products. People absolutely become obsessed with Apple and they become like Apple fanboys.
Yeah.
Right? And community is something that AI can't create. AI can't create a tribe.
No. Yeah, like companies like, you know, off the top of my head, one of my favorite entrepreneurs, did I just say favorite? One of my favorite entrepreneurs is Sarah Blakely, the founder and I guess inventor of Spanx. And just the level of a following that she has created. And this was in the early noughts, you know, this is like years ago, many years before AI. But could AI replicate something like that kind of following and dedication to a brand? I mean, you've heard of Spanx. Everyone's heard of Spanx. Even like Squarespace, we are Squarespace fanboys, and they've just done such a great thing of building a community. Squarespace designers, also people who use Squarespace. The next thing we've got is elevate ethical business practices. So if I look at like certain content creators, you know, in specific, again, top of my head, Mr. Beast, and the amount of philanthropy work he does, the amount of charity work and how much he gives back to people in need. And if we look at, you know, could AI achieve something like that? Could it have that level of leadership? And like here we've got AI lacks the moral compass.
Like, you know, like some companies, for example, like Allbirds, again, they're like the shoes that they make, a lot of the materials that you use are sustainable. They care about the environment. It's a big part of their business is the ethical business practice that they follow.
Yeah.
I think as a solopreneur, that can be your superpower. That can take you to the next level and people can resonate with you even more because of that ethical business practice. And obviously you're not doing it just purely for good PR and making yourself look good.
Yeah.
You generally do care about these ethical business practices.
Yeah.
But I think that's one thing that can differentiate you again from those people that are just creating content using AI, spewing out loads of content to like authentic leadership. Again, back to solopreneurs that are showing authentic leadership like Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Like the Allbirds shoe company. There's loads. You can think of other companies, right?
Yeah.
That use sustainability as their main practice, like Apple again.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we're seeing a lot of that. And I just think that people, again, like you can use the AI to help you create something, to help give you ideas. But I think the overall driver behind a great brand or content creator or business is that sense of purpose and leadership. And I think once again, it just comes back down to AI as a tool. it cannot replace
Yeah.
that leadership.
No, it can't. It physically can't. Maybe in 20 years when robots take over the world and we're all about to be submerged in nuclear war and, you know, maybe Terminator might come knocking on my door and say, "Hasta la vista, baby," and kill us all. Then, we're screwed. But other than that, it's all good for now. Like,
ChatGPT ain't knocking on my door anytime.
On a less serious note, I don't think, on a more serious note.
More serious note.
I think solopreneurs have this unique ability, like we said, to just be superheroes in the world in which lacks authentic leadership.
Yeah.
I think that's
driven by some kind of purpose. And that purpose could even be something very personal, or giving back.
Yeah.
You know, to not just to charities, but also giving back to your family, to friends.
Exactly.
Just being more to society.
Like we watched this guy called Mr. Who's the Boss?
Yeah.
Aaron, really great guy on YouTube, one of the biggest tech reviewers. And he did a whole video on how he brought a car for his mum.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like that was like amazing because it showed that human connection of like, wow, you've become so successful and you're giving back to your family.
Yeah.
And like we as viewers really resonate to that.
We do.
Yeah.
I mean, how cool is it to hand over the keys to a brand new car to your mum or your dad? I mean, that's cool, I think.
Beautiful. Making me want to cry now. And you know, because we resonate to things like that.
Yeah.
We can identify like what that would be like for us to contribute to our family. And you know, our parents are important to us, our brothers and sisters are important, our family.
Yeah.
And if we can show that love and connection through just this camera that we're looking at right now, then we're going to be more in tune to our audience.
Yeah.
So I think the next bit is like inspiration. Like, you know, I think we've touched on this before, but does AI move, touch, inspire you? Does it change your life there and then? Sorry, let me explain this a bit better. Does it, if the content you're creating doesn't make a life-changing effect on your audience, if you don't watch, say, like Ali Abdul's video and you don't feel inspired to like create your own business, create your own book, create your own YouTube channel, if it doesn't give you that inspiration through their journey, resilience and passion, then it won't be an effective piece of content either. Because ultimately you have to motivate others to create like a ripple effect of positive change that extends far beyond what your business is.
Yeah.
And I think that's the power of solopreneurs. Again, it's the power of inspiration that solopreneurs create. And it's kind of what we're saying before, but I really want to touch on this inspiration, the ability to really inspire, motivate, and touch other people, your audience, your clients. Yeah.
If I'm going to be totally honest, there have been very few times that AI has given me something which, you know, really moved, touched, and inspired me. There have been some cases, you know, like we use AI for our podcast, idea generations, and just to give us some sort of subtopics. And that's really great, and it's helped so much, and it gives us ideas to work on. But I've never sat there and gone, oh my God, this is just inspiring me to... It's always been the stuff that's come out of me that I think has inspired me. I don't mean to sound really egotistical there, but I'm just saying like that is the stuff I can relate to.
Yeah, and I think it's like when an artist paints a beautiful picture, they use the tools that they have. They could buy the most expensive pencil or pen or paintbrush or canvas, but ultimately they still have to create the art themselves.
Yeah.
And I think it is that, like, your inspiration can come from your paintbrush, can come from the colors, but you still have to create that artwork yourself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And I mean, look, AI, we have used AI to create a piece of artwork just to see what it does and what it gives us. And it has come up with some pretty extraordinary stuff. But again, it's always been like as good as our input.
You got to have the passion and the drive to really make a difference.
Right.
Otherwise, AI won't work for you.
No.
I think if you're trying to do get rich quick schemes
Yeah.
where you're just trying to get as many subscribers and spew out again tons
Using
of,
AI.
it's not going to work long term, I don't think, compared to like
No,
traditional,
and I
not
think
compared to content creation.
I think people can sniff through that. People can sniff that out. They can sniff out inauthenticity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that, you know, us with our human connections, we know when someone's being purely genuine and authentic, as opposed to just coming up with some stuff on AI and then trying to create content that way. Yeah, I think you can sniff that out.
You can sniff it out, definitely, like a little doggy.
Boop.
Little doggy.
Boop. And moving on.
In a world where technology, okay, finally, I'm gonna put this in my most like movie star voice. In a world where technology is advancing rapidly, your humanity remains the ultimate differentiator. Your ability to connect, emphasize, and lead makes you invaluable and increasing. Makes you what? Makes you invaluable in an increasingly digital landscape. So I think that is ultimately how we're going to end it with that right there. What do you think?
In a world of technology,
I wrote that just a couple of times before. So,
okay, so that was you, not AI.
No, that was me. So that's it.
Yeah, I think that definitely is the conclusion. I don't think at any near future humans are going to be totally replaced by AI. I think
solopreneurs.
Sorry, solopreneurs.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's the whole point of this podcast. So no, I don't think it will be. And I think it's just going to be, and it is a great enhancer. It's a great tool to have. You might choose to use it. You might choose not to use it. I think whether you do or not, it's good to stay sort of like on top of the news of AI and what AI is doing and is able to do currently, because then you're able to use that information and innovate in your own business.
Yeah.
And make sure you're on top of stuff. Just for your own education and your own knowledge. And that, you know, it's tech at the end, you know, current tech at the end of the day, you want to stay abreast of stuff. So yeah, I don't think that we have anything to be afraid of.
Especially as solopreneurs, as long as you keep your message authentic, to the heart, and it's true to your mission and passion, I think AI can enhance you and really differentiate you in the world of technology rather than inhibit you and put it as a disadvantage. Totally.
It's like Simon Sinek says, you know your why. Also, and it's not always, I guess, just about your why. It's also about what changes are you trying to make in the world and what message are you trying to come across.
Yeah.
And that is the thing that's driving and makes you unique.
Yeah.
As a business owner, as a brand. Yeah. So.
Beautifully said, Roshni. Thank you so much for wrapping it up.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for everyone, including the AI bots who are watching this, for watching this or listening this or looking at it through a short form content or through, maybe I'm an AI robot now talking to you. Who knows? It's been a very great day for you.
Oh, God.
And actually, I'll stop now. Anyway, have a great day wherever you are. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. No, actually, forget the thumbs up. give it a thumbs down.
Maybe not.
Maybe one or the other.
And don't subscribe.
But actually do subscribe. We're doing psychology on you right now, and I hope it's working. So
no,
please.
But seriously though, if you do want more content like this, and if you want a specific piece of content, then hit subscribe and let us know. Let us know what interests you and what inspires you.
Just hit that big red button, please. Help us create this content for you. And if you, just give it for more content and to be updated on our future videos, make sure to hit that big red button. Have a great day wherever you are, and we'll speak to you soon.
Bye.
And the next video that we recommend is above Roshni's head.
And there we go. Why is it always in my head?